Why do you think that nearly all of our media is so very hesitant
Is so what?
to mention even America's extremely illegal participation in the genocide, terrible genocide in Gaza?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a critical issue. And why do you think that the media won't talk about our participation
Yeah.
in that genocide?
I think it's starting to break through because we're starting to see images of starving children. I mean, you know, this was the big failure of the Biden administration. I was a big fan of Joe Biden. He did a lot of really good stuff. And, you know, the 2 years that he had Congress, he passed some really important legislation, but he completely whiffed the ball on Gaza.
But it's
And
against American law.
I understand.
Against
I agree with you.
laws of the United States.
It's also against
for us to
international law.
participate in such action.
Yeah, and we're not just funding it; we're providing them with the weaponry. Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. I think that the media is number one, timid. Number two, consolidated. I mean, it used to be that 90% of the media in the United States was distributed over around 50 countries in 1985. Now it's 6 companies that control 90% of the media, and they're all largely conservative companies. You know, Paramount was just bought by Larry Ellison's son, they call him MAGA Larry. You know, one of the richest men in America. You're seeing, which is now CBS, is owned by them. CBS and ABC have bowed their knees and paid cash to Donald Trump. We've got a real mess with our media here, and that's another reason why KPFT is so important and why it's so important that we all support this radio station.
True. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evening.
Good evening, and thank you for your presentation. During your presentation, you cited history, 80-year cycles for the United States. But we also can learn a lot from other countries. Mm-hmm. So do you think in Hungary, the leader in Hungary, Viktor Orban, is that a counterexample, or is that something that also may follow the 80-year cycle?
I don't know about the 80-year cycle, but I do know that Orban is about 5 years ahead of Trump.
This is all too familiar to me. You wake up with a scratchy throat, congestion, runny nose, and cough. You know your body. You know you're getting sick, right? Well, what are your choices? Tough it out, get sick, and take time off work? Hope the doctor can see you this month? Wait 2 hours at urgent care and have people cough all over you? Or open your medical emergency kit like mine. I just match my symptoms to the doctor-recommended prescription, start at the right meds, and nip this thing in the bud right now. This is not a first aid kit. It comes with doctor-prescribed meds to treat dozens of common and serious medical issues. Strong antibiotics for infections of all types, strep throat, pneumonia, UTIs, bronchitis, and a lot more. Plus, a doctor's easy guide so you'll know exactly what to take and when. No waiting to see the doctor, no waiting at the pharmacy. My meds are in my kit. Every home should have at least one medical emergency kit. You can get $35 off at urgentcarekit.com/Tom, T-H-O-M, when you check out. That's promo code Tom at urgentcarekit.com/Tom.
You know, Orban was, I was in Hungary back in 91, I think it was. My best friend Jerry and I were in Budapest the week that the Berlin Wall fell, and all these East German refugees were pouring into Hungary. And this unknown politician, he was a member of the parliament, Viktor Orban, emerged and led this huge demonstration, 250,000 people in Budapest. And he was a reformer. And then he lost, he became president or prime minister, and then he lost, and then he came back in 2010. And when he just like Trump came back. And when he came back, he decided, I'm never going to lose again. And he gerrymandered the country to the point that he'll never lose an election. And he changed the Constitution in a variety of ways, the biggest one being that he didn't have to be term limited again. And he used lawsuits, libel suits, to shut down all of the media in Hungary and just break them financially. And then his oligarch friends came in and bought them. And now he's like trying to outlaw gay pride, you know, this big thing, you know. So I just think, and Orban came over here to Texas. He was in Dallas at CPAC just, 3 years ago? and said, you guys need to do what we did in Hungary. You need to get control of the media. You need to get control of the judiciary. You need to fire the bad judges. And he just laid it all out. And the Republicans are all like, yeah, okay, cool, we'll do that. So yeah, I think he's just ahead of us. And it's a cautionary tale for America. It really is. Whether there's an 80-year cycle to Hungary, I'm guessing there probably is. I just don't know that much about Hungary beyond that.
I know we talk about him being a template.
Yeah, he is. I think he is. I think, he's doing in a soft way what Putin's doing in a hard way.
Yeah.
And I think that Trump and the Republicans have decided that Orban's strategy is just as effective as Putin's and probably over the long term will be more effective.